New York is a buyer beware state, and that means that the burden is really on the buyer to do all of their due diligence of the property prior to closing. The seller is under minimal requirements to disclose anything about the home, the land to a buyer. To mitigate this harsh law really in New York State, I recommend that they do 5 things. First, I recommend that they do a thorough structural inspection of the property. Second, I recommend my clients do a survey of the land. Just as your inspector will tell you if there's issues with the house, a surveyor will tell you if there's any issues with the land itself. Third, I recommend that they put a mortgage contingency in the contract, which is in most of the contracts locally, to determine if they can get a loan. If the house won't appraise or the buyer's financial status doesn't support approval, then we need to get that buyer out of the contract. Fourth, I recommend, and most banks will require, that a buyer do a title search and obtain title insurance. That will determine whether or not there are any liens on the property so that we can remove those prior to closing. And the fifth thing that I would recommend is that the buyer do a final walkthrough of the property prior to closing. That walkthrough will help them determine and make sure that the house is in the same condition at closing as it was when they saw the house initially, when they submitted their offer.